Okay, so this is Thomas Cramer, and this is his song SKP67, but I think he called it psychedelic shoegaze. Psychedelic shoegaze. There you go. Um, so yeah, let's give it a listen.
Sunburns on my eyes, moonbirds on my life, paintbirds on my meaning, all my feelings disappear. Snow falls on cold steel, burns away what's real. Stars will fall around us and astound us. What's the use? Where's the sun? Where's the ocean and the rain? 'Cause the dry.
Okay, so I have a few thoughts just at first listen. Thomas, I would say really try to enunciate those words. They're coming out a little foggy, a little unclear. I know that's sort of probably what you're trying to go with this tune, but try to enunciate those a little more. And I would say work a little harder with your voice for the melody. Okay, make sure you're hitting those notes right on the money. I'm just it's like not I'm being nitpicky here. It's not too far off at all, but there is a little sort of off keyness in these first couple phrases here.
Sunburns on my eyes, moonbirds on my life, paintbirds on my meaning.
You know, the more I listen to it, the less I hear that. And I also wanted to listen to this without headphones.
Paintbirds on my life, paintbirds on my meaning.
Yeah, with headphones, the mix sounds great. Now without headphones and with just my sort of Mac speaker here, I would say I'd like that. I'd like that vocal to float a little bit more on top of the rest of the tune with the guitar and all the rest of the instruments. If it could just float a little bit more on top, I think that would sound really nice in like a just a normal speaker.
My feelings disappear. Snow falls on cold steel.
So I'm gonna start from the beginning, and I want to see if I can get a handle on what this song is about and sort of what you're saying.
Sunburns on my eyes, moonbirds on my life, paintbirds on my meaning, all my feelings. Sunburns on my
Okay.
eyes, moonbirds on my life.
Sun burns out my eyes, moon burns out my life. Okay, I like it.
Paintbirds on my meaning, all my feelings disappear. Snow falls on cold steel, burns away what's real. Stars will fall around us and astound us. What's the
Yeah, first of all, I love the bass that comes in right here.
Burns away what's real. Stars will fall around us and
Love that. It's super subtle, but it does
stars.
lift it a little bit. It does drive that forward motion. And that's what I'm saying, guys. These sort of moments of very subtle, anything subtle that you can do to add to your song or take away can push that forward motion, even if it's subconscious. But let's listen to that again.
Burns away what's real.
Wait.
Stars will fall around us and astound us. What's the use? Where's the sun? Where's the ocean and the rain? 'Cause they're driving me insane.
Yeah. So I love the like dynamic switch here, and I love the distortion that's put on.
Where's the sun? Where's the ocean and the rain?
Yeah. So it's this big moment. So you've done the verse or the intro or sort of whatever that was. We'll see what happens in the rest of the song here, but um love the sort of dynamic transition from the sort of very low, very chill to the very intense, the very distorted. Now, I would say with your vocals, I could use something more there to reflect the distortion and to reflect the intensity of what you have going on here. So maybe even if you added a second harmony on top of there, where it was even just doing an octave above, like it doesn't even have to be a harmony. It can just be like a higher octave, something just to intensify that. That's just an idea, but something to add in there to intensify your vocals, to have those vocals match your density and your intensity of this course. Yeah, that's what I would say there. I want there to be a little bit more, like I want to hear a little bit more. And again, it sounds like even with my headphones on, your voice is now getting a little bit lost in the mix. Okay, so it'd be nice to have that sitting a little bit higher, sitting a little bit on top.
'Cause they're driving me insane. There's no future. There's no past. White out into black. Trees turn concrete blocks in violet rain.
Yeah, I feel like the distortion can come a little bit down at this point. Again, vocals want to sit a little bit higher. And you have a weird structure here, which I'm cool with. I'm down for it. But there seems to be like a little bit of an intro, maybe a verse one, and then you could call this either a verse or a chorus. And then there's this like solo bit in here. And now we're on to something different. Let me just see here.
Sunburns on my eyes.
Yeah, totally different melody. Da 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 da. And then we have, which is cool. Um, let's see where the rest. Let's see where this takes us. I would like to sort of. I hope that we can sort of visit back to some of those original ideas that you have in the beginning, because those are good melodies. You know, those are good ideas. So I'm hoping that we sort of go back to those. Let's see what's going on.
Skin turns into steel. Runs into wheels. Thoughts become unreal. Far away. Just like the day.
Yeah, so here's another concept. Here's another motif. So we have about 5 sort of different melodies, 5 sort of different concepts happening now, which is fine. You're taking us on a sort of journey. Um, typically, there's a little more variety than I like to hear. But I understand that this might be a stylistic choice as well, where you're sort of, it is called psychedelic shoelace. Is it psychedelic shoelace or psychedelic shoegaze? Um, so you know, it is psychedelic. You are sort of taking us from like one concept to another concept to another concept. Sort of, I understand sort of the mind behind it, where yeah, you think psychedelic, you think sort of not, you know, you think sort of lucid and dreamy and sort of like maybe even high, but and in those moments you are sort of, you do sort of go from one place to the next to the next to the next to the next to the next. Let's see where this goes.
When the night time comes, once I stood beside you, tried to find you, but you're gone.
Yeah, so I love that. So we're going back to the original motif now, and so we're out of the haze and daze and glaze of all that distortion. We've taken all that away, and now we're just in the beginning, sort of. It's all clear, it's all present. I like that. That's cool. So we'll listen to that again.
When the night
So really sort of messy, and then we're sort of
Once I stood beside you, tried to find you, but you're gone, and the world is cold, and the stars are old, burning out their final breath to death is granted on them.
yeah, very nice job with the tune. It sounds great. Yeah, I mean, take what I said with a grain of salt there too, because I do understand like the art behind this too. I do understand that this is a sort of a journey. This is sort of taking you from one motif to the next motif to the next motif to the next motif, all getting more and more intense as it goes, and then sort of all of that clearing away and going back to the original motif that we're familiar with. I do like that sort of idea, and I do like the art and the journey that is behind it. Again, I have to say that I didn't really understand what like the lyrical stuff was about, but again, it being called psychedelic shoegaze, sorry, it being called that sort of, that does tie in with the sort of motif. Not understanding the song, not understanding the lyrical content does tie in with the motif of the whole song. So yeah, it's an interesting tune, man. Nice job with it. It sounds good. Again, if you ever go back to that mix, I would get those melodies a little bit more floating on top of the rest of the tune. Again, that could be a stylistic choice where you're trying to have it a little more hidden. But yeah, Thomas, I would definitely be interested in sort of hearing your comments about what I've said and sort of what sort of you were going for, and yeah, it'd be really interesting to see. So thanks so much for letting me review your tune. It was a lot of fun, and see you in the next one, guys.